I think I'm losing my mind, trying to stay inside the line.
Hi everyone, my name is Brian Echeverry and today I'm going to speak about Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling. First, we're going to start with the index. Here's the content of presentation. And as you see, we're going to start telling you about some things about J.K. Rowling. But first of all, J.K. Rowling says, I actually do not believe in destiny, but hard work and luck, yes. The first usually lead to the second. What she means with this is that don't wait for things to happen. Make the things happen. Now about the author. Joanne Rowling, born on July 31 in 1965 at Yate, United Kingdom. The K, because you know is J.K. Rowling, is not a part of her name. Is She put that K in her name because of her grandmother that died years ago and she loved her too much. Now her biography. She had a dream. That dream was to live in a valley. Why a valley? Because a valley has a lot of grass, has a lot of space, and that helps her to think what to write and helps her to inspire. Also, not too many people know about this, but Potter is a real last name. It's not invented as we thought. Why? She took this last name from a friend, a neighborhood she had in her childhood, and last her happiness. Her family wasn't like with a lot of money, but they went to school. But in that school, the happiness was only for her. Why? She has a sister, but a teacher was bullying her sister, so they decided to get to other place, to move to other place, and there the happiness ends. Now the books. She started writing Harry Potter and the Resurrection Stone. It was the first book of the saga. As you know, there are 7 books, and next we have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This made a lot of expectations because the first one was very good, and the second one, too many critics says that is not a really movie or a really good book because it's just for kids. Then she wrote Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Here she did a lot of effort because this book was very hard to write for her. It had a lot of meaning, it has a lot of sentimental meaning. Then we have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Here, this book was too difficult to read for her because this saga was involving her too much, and the feelings she had at the moment of writing that were so strong. Then she wrote Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. This book was like the last ones of the saga because here in the history, I'm gonna explain you later, is when the history started putting harder at the most difficult things. Now we have Harry Potter the Half-Blood Prince. And here where the things are really starting to happen. Voldemort was alive and it was going to get strong, and Dumbledore says Harry, Ron, and Hermione, three friends, to reach for Horcruxes. And then we have the last book, that is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Here is where they kill off, they kill all the Horcruxes, but they found that Harry was an Horcrux too. So to kill Voldemort, they had to kill Harry. Now, films based on the books, as you see there. All books I showed you before have a movie. It's a saga, all books, and because the last one, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, is too long, they made the parts, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Part 2. Now about the book, the specific book I choose. It was published on July 21 of 2003. Then the Warner Brothers made the movie 2 years since when it gets published. Then the language is English and is written with UK structure because she born in United Kingdom, and the place is England, London, and Private Drive is where the history develops. Now to text analysis. Format. First, the format is how you present the content of the book. Then the form. It's the text that the author uses on the book. Now we have genre. Genre means if it is fiction or not fiction. And this one is register. Register is the type of language the author uses. Means neutral, or it means it is neutral or other things. Now we have audience. It's like, who is the book for? She wrote the book for who? Now we have the purpose. You know what the purpose is. What are the intentions of the authors when you're reading the book? What does she want you to feel? Now the chapters. You know what are the characters in the book, and the perspective. Like how the protagonist see what's happening in the book, and not also the protagonist, but all characters that are in the book. Now we have point of view. Then we have the plot, the part of the conflict of the book, and the characterization. So let's start with format. The format in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix is a novel. Then we have form. The form is written. Why? Because it has, as you see, it has no illustrations. There are just words. Now I have genre. The genre is fiction because, as you know, the magic is not real, and as you see in the picture, we can't fly. Now the register. The register is neutral. Why? It's neutral because there are conversations between friends, there are fights, but also there are seriously conversations like in the classroom with the teachers and that. Now the purpose. The purpose is to entertain because here's not to inform. She wrote this for people just to have a good time. The audience. The audience is for everyone. Also for kids, but the kids in a range of like 11 to 15, to 11 to 13 years old, because a baby can't read, you know. There we have teenagers, also adults. Now we have the characters. We have Harvey, you know, he's the protagonist. He's the one who is the special guy, who is the one who has to kill Voldemort. We have Hermione. Here, this girl is a very important part of the book. Why? It's the simple reason that she's the intelligent one. She's the one who have the plans. She's the one who knows what to do in every moment. Now we have Ron. He's another friend that helps a lot Harry and Hermione, and these three are inseparable in all the 7 books. Now we have Dumbledore, that is the headmaster of Hogwarts School, and he helps Harry to understand what's happening, to learn a lot of magic, to learn the spells. He helps a lot, and he loved a lot Harry. Also we have Snape. Some people is gonna tell like Snape is not that important in the book, but yes, because if you read or if you have seen all the movies, Snape was trying to protect Harry because Snape loved Harry's mother, so he is a protector for her. And the last one, the bad guy, Tom Riddle, or in this case Voldemort, that wants to kill Harry. Why? Because Harry is the only one that can kill him, and he wants to get the power of wizards and witches. Now we have the perspective, and we're gonna see the perspective from Sirius Black. Sirius Black is a friend of James Potter, the father of Harry. So Sirius Black loves a lot Harry. So POV, we're gonna have it. Then we're gonna have the plot, but we're gonna start with the characterization. So we have 2 types of characterization, the indirect one and the direct one. What is the indirect? It is when the author shows something that tells us about the personality of the character. And the direct is when the author tells the audience explicitly the personality of the character. So we're gonna, later we are gonna see some examples. We're going to start with direct one. So, Dumbledore was the only person that who you know has been afraid. Who you know, for the people haven't seen the movies or haven't read the book, is Voldemort. Why this is direct? Because here J.K. Rowling says that Voldemort was or it is scared. So it's like a specific, like she says specifically what is he feeling. Now we have indirect. Here in indirect we have 5 types, 5 derivations. So we have first speech. If they permit Harry, why not me? And Ron refuse. This means like in the book The Order of the Phoenix is like a group of people that helps trying to kill Voldemort. But because Ron, Hermione, Fred, George, you are like childs, they don't permit them to ask questions. But in that moment, Harry asks questions and the people start answering. So this shows that Ron has envy at Harry because he has more privilege than him, because he can ask questions and he can say entering units. Then we have thoughts. Here it says, "We are of legal age, Fred and George shouting the ignition." This shows that the twins are very angry because the only thing you need to be in the Order of the Phoenix is to be legal age, to be a thing in this case. And George and Fred are teen, so they are supposed to know what's happening, but they don't let them. So again, they refuse to start. They feel angry because Harry can ask questions and they will not. Now we have effect on other characters. Here it says, "For some strange reason, Mrs. Weasley shoots Sirius as a very unpleasant book. Before getting up looking for a huge billboard pie for dessert, Harry looked at his godfather. Harry's godfather is Sirius Black. Here, she looks at him like that because she was talking about what's happening with Voldemort and who is dying too much, and Mrs. Weasley was trying to protect them, and she don't want them to know that. So she looked at him like that. Here, actions. I don't know where to learn when you learn the concepts on evil in the list, but I think you miss a couple of fundamental lessons. Mrs. Weasley said that because Mundungus steals a lot of things, and he took a lot of stolen things from other places to the quarter of the Order of the Phoenix. So what she was trying to say was that Mundungus is a thief. Now looks. Mr. Weasley did not speak immediately. He took off his glasses and began cleaning them slowly. Why this? Because Sirius started to talk about Voldemort, and Mrs. Weasley was trying to stop him. So she said to Mr. Weasley that, "Help me, please, like support me," and they both are they are in love. So here what's shown is that he didn't look at him because many times the relations wasn't like that solid, like they show like love, so he didn't want to help her wife. And as you see in parentheses, like in Spanish says revolt. Now we have the point of view. Here is the point of view of the book is third person limited, POV. This point of view, right? Here is an example. Why? I'll never see them again in Hogwarts. Why? Because Harry's referring to Hermione and Ron because he commit like illicit things like doing magic in the Muggle world. So the punishment was he will never return against the Hogwarts. And sometimes here's first person POV. Why? Voldemort says he wanted the elder one. We're talking about other person, right? So as you know, here's the POV, first person. Plot. The major plot of the book is when the Minister of Magic changed or sent to Hogwarts, Dolores Umbridge. She's a teacher that is trying to teach something in the school, and that something is not to use magic, because the ministry think that Dumbledore is trying to make an army to defeat the ministry and get the power. So Dolores Umbridge, don't let them use magic. Don't let them like meet to practice. And here's when the problem keeps. Voldemort was getting closer, and he was going to attack. But the only one who knows the defense art magics is Harry. So they found a place to practice, but Cho, she's a girl that was in love with Harry, tell the truth about where they were like practicing, and Dolores Umbridge look for them, and they can't practice anymore. So when Voldemort attacked, they wouldn't be prepared like for defending themselves. Why you should read it? Why you should read this book? I think this book is more than entertainment, is for understanding something, that life is not as easy as we thought, right? Because Harry had a lot of problems, like Voldemort killed his parents, and he didn't like, as we see in Colombia, se echó a las petacas. He like, I know I don't have parents, so I'm gonna die here. No, he tried to protect himself, to protect his friends, to protect Howard, to protect the world. So if you read it, it's for you to understand, and for looking something different that makes you understand life. And here are the references of the pages I took. And thanks for listening.
I think I'm losing my mind, trying to stay inside the line.